Hello, hello, this is Outwit Me, back with the final episode of Disco Elysium, the final cut in
Hardcore!
mode. Yeah, there's an extra save here, because I already tried recording this and failed. It's alright, only got a minute in. So here's where we left off. I've had a ghost day between episodes, which basically just means I didn't wake up long enough or coherent enough to do this. No, yeah. It's a simple point. I don't know why I'm thinking of a way to make it more complex. I mean, I can wander around the map and look for interactables, but I don't think there's really anything you're supposed to be doing other than the main get to the island mission. There's a lot of shuffling around in there. I had to rebind one of my mouse side buttons to the Windows key to be able to even record anything. Doing a mouse only PC is difficult. Means I've lost the key for popping up the passive objects. Which I wonder if I can rebind that quickly. No. Maybe I'll do that with my mouse software real quick. I know we're already wasting time over here, but that's what happens when you're unprofessional and don't edit. Now I can make things pop up again. And there just so happens not to be anything right here.
Mon Dieu, officer. It is worse than I thought. Believe me, I know all about that kind of pain. I've had hip trouble for the past week. Maybe it's time to slow down, enjoy life a bit. Anything I can do to assist you?
Yeah. I've been watching some interesting political and philosophy videos, just wondering how I can sneak a little bit of that into this series.
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the sky.
Poetic. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm not going to go into the videos right now. There's no reason to start off at all intellectual.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil.
Just enjoy the game for now.
This was Cindy the Scar. The red-dyed fuel oil glistens. This was painted very recently. And blood, some of it may even be yours. Looks like a giant mop was used to turn it into lettering. Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? You could buy some smokes, light up a ciggy and throw it in there, you know, just to see what happens. See if it's flammable. It's better that way. Safer.
It's not very empathetic to burn someone's artwork. Even if you think you're collaborating, trying to force collaboration is not very empathetic. But we can go talk to her about it. No, we can't. Unless she's like indoors. I know, I'm just wasting. I don't think there's really even supposed to be like a thing to do right now. Yeah. I'm just trying to be a completionist.
Give me a moment.
Yeah. Let's be full up. Why did I remember the traffic jam is clearing? Appears it does not clear. That dude's still here.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with
Okay, here, okay, here.
a colorful display of
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Let's have these
Here you
just
go, mister.
in case we need that. These flags are new.
the boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
Any political movement goes through a period of strife. Shame you got mixed up in it though. Yet it goes back to an older era where this was commonplace. You have a true boyadero heart. Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out, for the time being. Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad. I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Quite the sight, aren't they? Getting to like that red I am. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers turn up. Then I'll run. And live. You know it, friend.
Yeah. There are little bits of flavor dialogue still around. Vanilla flavored dialogue.
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive? Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. Had a strong sense of finality to it. So what's next? You heading back to Jamrock now? Talker's local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show. Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you're still breathing, right?
Unlike someone he has a sympathy for. I screwed up.
Wow! A cop limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised, looking like hell? You know what that is?
Cool.
Cool! That's cool!
Need funds for island.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
Because you need to solve the biggest case in the history of criminal sciences.
Oh, yeah, yeah. the island.
Oh, I like expeditions, and I like you. I can give you 10 real.
Somewhere, not so distant, Officer Chad Tilbrook refuses a bribe from a local hood. He doesn't know you've just made his job, and the job of all honest cops, a little bit harder.
We don't know that either. Let's not pay attention to such things.
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics. So it goes. Now, what can I do for you?
Gotta give our final goodbyes to everybody. And keep the series going so I can delay doing my psychology introspection work. Man, I even got the idea, like, what I'm delaying is doing a playthrough of Karlach, Baldur's Gate 3. You know, all the characters in that game are... Well, the game itself is an exploration of different types of trauma. All the characters have a different, like, trauma in their
The trap is
backstory.
full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. A few lie on their backs with their legs twitching. Still, no phasmid. Poor things.
So yeah, I need to do a playthrough of Karlach because her story has elements that line up with things I'm trying to externalize to process from my life. And I'm putting it off because I guess I'm right on the nose of what I actually need to be investigating. Yeah, usually I get all hyped to play characters like that and then realize that I'm looking at past traumas that I've already healed and understand. But so that tells me I'm hyped to play or to externalize certain things because I feel like I got control and know what to expect. You know, because it's a situation that's already been healed. So I mean, I know how the story goes, but with this one, I don't know how the story goes because it's ongoing medical type trauma. So I don't know how the story in the game's gonna go either. Getting caught off guard is gonna be a little revealing, perhaps. Vulnerability with myself. So yeah, I'm putting it off. I literally got this idea. We'll say it's great in quotation marks because it's not. To delay playing Karlach in Baldur's Gate 3 by making a Karlach build in Age of Wonders. As a way to build up to it. Yeah, Age of Wonders ain't gonna be bringing out any psych thoughts, that's for sure. No, not a story game.
You're like bleeding now. Reality's really messed you up.
The legend returns. You know the dance. Smokable smokes, pissable pilsner. Drink it, then convert it to piss. And there's spirits and speed too.
That was pretty aesthetic, having $20.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with? Even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. We've got troubles of our own here. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen. What do you expect? Police officers get put into dangerous situations all the time. Sometimes they get shot. It's a rough trade you're in.
Not currently have any skill 'em up points. I think we got what we want though. I don't know, is it worth going back to the church? Yeah. Check in on everyone. You know I'm doing this just to delay the thing I've been talking about. Delaying.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
Oh, I got shot.
Goodbye, officer.
-1ing me.
Good morning. Yeah! Harder car.
Here's an idea. Say what you said before. The exact same thing. Or
The Fluxifier? Where is that?
the large-headed youth gives you a sorely disappointed look, an innocent soul, unaccustomed to acts of wanton guile, a cruel joke to play on an earnest talk dork.
Whatever. Where are you going, Harry? Get down from there.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
I'm giving everything a one last shot. Why not? I don't know that.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Changing the shirt might up the chances, but I don't know. Minus empathy. We don't want that one on.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Aggressive, monotonous, but also somehow sacral.
We've already heard that line. A shirt. Do we want? Don't want to be gimping our empathy. We just go back to that one. Yeah. Or I'll wear this outfit and see if that does anything funny. Have the complete suit. Alright. Enough delay. Or is it?
Officer, what happened? You're wounded. Why are you wounded? You look terrible.
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
Look at you. You can barely walk. Doesn't look like nothing. Looks like you've got banged up real good. What happened to you anyway? We heard gunshots from the town. They were closer than usual. That's nothing to brag about, officer.
Not bragging.
You feel the ligament move on your left shoulder, and a small, warm drip of blood. It's nothing.
That's not empathetic to say.
Of course. Can I help you with something? That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull, I just got it nice and yellow, and no drinking on the boat, and no joyriding either. See, that makes me not want to lend you my skiff. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing. That there is an absolutely 100% rock-free skiff. You got that?
Nothing, just ruins. Fortification before the war, anti-aircraft gun.
Hasn't been there herself.
Yeah.
Who has then?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such. The twins.
Oh.
God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge. Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there. Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
Is there an alternative boat so that I don't risk hers?
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone.
And that iron. That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire. Mm-hmm. Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets. They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out. I don't know. No. Yes. Because he asks to put the fire out. I don't know. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like people to be there. You shouldn't go.
Case closed. Gotta be empathetic.
Yes.
A suspicious request made out of fear.
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes. I don't know. We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there. Our father killed himself. Don't say that, he didn't.
Oh.
I don't know. Doesn't even have anything to do with this, you. Father isn't the fire guy. There's
I believe we are taking the boat. It's not this boat. Or is it? Did something just pop up? I heard the noise. Whatever, that's not useful. Are we absolutely ready? You're drinking on the boat, she says. I'll show you drinking on the boat.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty.
Is that a poem?
Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
Wouldn't have any music to play on that. Go. Got headphones on anyway.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Want to be free. Eternally. Disco
The boat comes to a slow stop. You turn the engine off. Then there's silence.
Bet she thought I was gonna talk over that song. I don't always have to talk.
In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance. There is very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. You look at your arms, then the cliffs above you.
Good? You made it?
Arms akimbo, it's a fun line.
I mapped the place out, and it looks like both of us aren't gonna make it. This is Death Island, the Hellmore. Yes, finally. Maybe Kuno's just pessimistic because of the massive speed hangover. I did scout the place out. I can fill you in.
The kid turns away from you, cautiously looking to his left and right. He's on the edge.
Dun, dun, dun. want to judge his raft making skill. What's that map show? Nothing. Yeah, I guess the point I've really been wanting to make about the videos I watched was, this game's meant to be a criticism of capitalism, but I don't know. I haven't really seen any effective criticism above the level of it criticizing all the different political ideologies. There's nothing that seems explicitly damning of capitalism here. And I'm wondering if that's because they still stuck on the old-fashioned critiques. And what I mean by that is I don't think modern day, I guess, communists have learned how to effectively critique capitalism. Because what capitalism primarily is these days, excuse me, over the last 100 years, capitalism has completely shifted to the realm of psychological exploitation. Physical exploitation is, past tense isn't the right word, but it's not the primary, the thing, whatever you want to say anymore. And I think the reasons that communists have failed to acknowledge and utilize this is because communism is itself also psychological exploitation. That's its whole strategy. And what we're talking about is marketing and advertising, the manipulation of people to make someone unhappy and dissatisfied, to create an illness that only you have the solution for, And that's what communism is. It's just one big advertisement with one big solution. The utopian vision, and the only way you're going to get it is by putting certain select people in power and giving them absolute control. Yeah, I'm not together enough to give a very coherent intellectual critique right now, but I got the primary point. I'm satisfied with that. It's enough to provoke thought. That's why when people say that capitalism and communism are just alternative sides of the same coin, the way history moves is you get capitalism allows cartels to form, and then communism allows the cartels to monopolize all industries, to become the state, as opposed to industry by industry monopolies. It allows them to pivot over to a full everything monopoly. That's, communism is the true end state capitalism. That's my point. And then, of course, the problem with fascism is that it's latched onto all the marketing thing too, and they're using nostalgia as marketing. They took what was originally just practical traditional, values that we knew have worked, so on, and they added just a bunch of manipulation nonsense to it. Basically, modern, or I guess ideological fascism, just self-owned by copying.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one.
Yeah.
A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
Another part of Death Island. Some secret hidden shit Kuno thinks important shit. Kuno don't know how to pick this lock. This one's military shit.
None of these lines seem like they're responding to what he said.
Fucking A. Let's get this shit open. Get to the secrets behind. Secret style.
Yeah. We don't have the working ideology. I've said that before. We don't have the answers. We're not at the end of history and so on. That's I guess the whole end of history concept is basically just that democracy is sustainable and people are manipulated as such through the marketing and advertising. The series I watched is actually quite good. It's the Century of the Self. It aired on BBC in 2002, but you can just find it on YouTube and watch it. Is Kuno floating? Yeah, it's just about how the economy and politics switched from the old way of doing things to everything just being about psychological manipulation.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right.
Point being, not everything I'm saying is in the series, but it was a good springboard to putting some thoughts together.
This shit's cold?
You're cold, Kuno.
No, this isn't right. It's cold now, he was supposed to say, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired. But he's not here to say it. Something else got in the way. Events intervened.
Oh, that's that line from the mission where we contacted the airship.
Dunno. Looks like downstairs somewhere. Fuck does Kuno know? Probably because it's winter. Some bums who camp here don't want to freeze to death. Maybe. Probably. Kuno's probably right.
It's...
Alright. We're on to something. Kuno meant fire guy too. Yeah, no. Kuno doesn't come here, I told you.
A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo lift. The boy helps you out, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell.
Yeah, I don't think any political ideology has any functional value until it addresses the forceful or the forced status quo enabled by the psychological exploitation of psychology, advertising, marketing. We are past the ideology stage, and people aren't debating ideology and sold on actions, voting patterns, or anything based on ideology. That's all. It's gone. I don't know that anyone really was ever doing that outside of the upper classes, but
There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. Kuno flicks the switch.
whole bunch of nonsense. Arranging deck chairs on the Titanic after it's hit the iceberg. Can't have any level of functional people-led politics once the weapon of mass distraction. That's not... It's a good line, but I didn't come up with that. The weapon of mass distraction of media and advertising has been unleashed. That just fully invalidated basically everything, except like a dictatorship for being a productive form of government. And the series doesn't come to that conclusion or even try to come to conclusions or judgments on the thing. It's just a history lesson, really. But interesting for anyone who likes this game because of the political and philosophical discussions, or just likes my commentary.
The recoil start wakes the old generator up instantly. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
We still all debating the best breeds of horses after cars have been on the market for 100 years. That's what modern political discussion is. A lot of it, anyways.
Winning? We're doing this?
I'd almost say people got the wrong point of focus.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
All I'm saying is, instead of talking about ideology and specifics of policy and all that, the productive thing to talk about is relationships. Alliances, political alliances and all that, because that's the only thing that's really going to matter. It's just the raw, manpower, connections, networking, building up that, and basically just waiting for something to happen. Waiting for things to become a game of musical chairs, like something happens, a major war breaks out or something, and then it's just all a matter of people claim whatever they can get. The more alliances and whatever you have, the more people you have to be sitting in chairs and so on in the end. And I think that's how politics need to be engaged with. I don't know if I'm making that point correctly, but there's going to be a time of chaos inevitably. Like I'm not calling out some specific event that's going to provoke it or anything. It's just an inevitable. And the bigger the alliances are when that happens, the more organized and ready to correct and pivot people will be, versus if you just have a million little independent entities, or just the current status quo. If they're the biggest party, then that just reestablish the same we already living in, basically just assume the chaos of things being scattered. If you can preemptively build alliances, then it leads to more stability and a better correction once chaos hits. I don't know. I'm not sure I have the complete point in my head. I don't know if that's me failing my rhetoric skill, or if I'm failing my conceptualization skill. Maybe not. maybe not conceptualization. Logic skill? I don't know. But I think policy and ideological analysis is dumb. Especially ideology. No one's going to care about that. No one cares about what the perfect world is when you need to be actually solving problems in front of you. We're not trying to build a better world here. We're trying to undo damages, perhaps. A way to phrase it.
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic animal adventures.
People get a little too ambitious with their politics. It becomes extremely arrogant. It's like, oh, I know how perfect society would be run, but I can't solve the problem that's happening in my own neighborhood. Yeah. I mean, we have an interesting situation where there's these leading ideologies. I guess we'll just assume, the four Disco Elysium are good enough representations of real life for our little thought exercise. There's all these different ideologies, these four. None of them have any proof of their success. Some of them have evidence that they can maintain a status quo for more than 50 years, maybe, but status quo of misery. Nah. None of them have proofs. Like, you look at, like, forget the four whatever modern ideological stereotypes, whatever you want to call it. Just look at anything in history, monarchy, feudalism, those things all have hundreds of years. You have semi-status quo. I mean, they weren't. Most of those governments weren't themselves stable, but the systems and the way that the governments that came and went were run was generally similar. And that's not me advocating for the old systems either. I would very much love to talk about my problems with monarchy and aristocracy-led societies, but that's well out of being in any way related to this game, and I still think those are better systems than what we got right now. So, yeah. I don't know. What's the way for something novel to emerge?
Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Yeah, that's the political question I'm interested in, is how do we provoke something novel emerging? It's not let's design it ourselves. It's not, it's not about analyzing and trying to design the perfect ideology by picking pieces from every one of them. That's not the right focus. It's how do you provoke the new? How do you force a new avant-garde in politics? That's probably where any analysis of ideology needs to be, is to look back at the beginning, which, like I've said, the beginning of the modern ideologies is with the invent of advertising psychology. So it's like, to provoke the new, you need something with that level of transformative capacity over society. And hopefully not something that involves mass manipulation and extremely immoral action. I guess the other point, that whole point's complete now. The other point I just wanted to say is Why are we even talking about morality and ethics if society has completely accepted and endorsed like total psychological manipulation 24/7 on everybody? It's like, how the hell is honesty or anything even still of value that people practice in their day-to-day lives? Like, obviously you need it to form relationships. That's probably the why. But there's such a dissonance the way that everyone's accepted and are seem satisfied with a system just built on such evil, exploitation, psychological exploitation, which is worse than physical in my mind because it's less blatant. But how the hell do we have any striving for correct's the wrong word, because I go into the whole objective versus subjective morality, which is outside this discussion. How do we have any desire for morality when the society says these are the rules we're playing by? Like, why aren't we just playing by the rules of the society in an attempt to change it? Why are we trying to live moral within an immoral society? That's literally just anyone who has any sense of morality is handicapping their ability to change it. That's the point.
Been reading shit here. Hooked on the book.
Somewhat made the point. Weekly made the point. I don't know.
The heavy metal door stands as it did.
I missed something in here because I'm too busy being distracted. Let's see, what else was I watching? Oh, yeah, I forgot you can walk under this bridge. That's what gets me every playthrough. Hey, there's a shirt here. Nah. Don't need that. I'm going to overdo my cognitive capacity today if I'm not careful. And then this won't be the final episode. I think I need to just back off a bit. I made a couple points. You don't need to make every point all at once. I'm just trying to remember what else I watched with the philosophy. And if it has any relevance. Let's go with no, because it's not being provoked. There's one thing you gotta be careful about with education. Don't just binge it. Watch a topic or two and then give it
a strange feeling
time.
Looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all.
Give things time to process. Don't just try to binge it. Because the point of education isn't to memorize everything you can. It's to take in ideas and filter it throughout yourself. To come up with your own interpretations and use for it.
With a bottle in your hand.
You don't need to be the encyclopedia skill. You need to be the conceptualization skill. Gotta approach knowledge right. Unless you study in law or something where you literally do just need a database in your head. But most things have to be filtered through the self.
Always. Yes, cold and still. But love is warm like the inside of her mouth.
this might be relevant to some of the things I've talked about in previous episodes.
Yes. No. We're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over.
No, it's not.
Yes. Cole. Oh, fuck, yes. Go there in your head. It's been days since you thought about her. A week. No. We're not starting with that. Not. Perhaps there's someone there. Under the water. Waiting for you.
Maybe not quite.
In front of the video rental. On the corner. At the crossing.
I do wonder on some level if most all traumas have a direct parallel that's just a relationship trauma. I mean, does everything just come back to relationships? Especially in politics. Like, is there really anything there other than relationships? I mean, everything economic is just about what I have versus what someone else has, you know? They've done studies on that. People only become dissatisfied when others are gaining quicker than they're gaining. You know, if everyone's impoverished, there's generally not that much suffering. Versus, let's say the masses were a perfectly healthy middle class, but there was a small, very rich elite. That middle class would be more unhappy than the people in a universally impoverished country in general. You know, where we're excluding a situation of famine and such. But there's something to that I should look more into and learn more about, actually. I don't have any commentary on it, just besides some studies have showed. Yeah.
Maybe. You know it's going to hurt. In the snow-in mirror of the bay, you see Martinez reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down.
I mean, I'll go ahead and say it just for the sake of provoking thoughts about it. What if everything in politics across all fields is just the discussion of how relationships should be organized? Who's connected to who has, or who's above who, has authority over who, that kind of stuff.
Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you.
And everything in politics is...
Step in. It's been too long.
It's just it's determining how to categorize demographics and how to organize the people by their demographics. Yeah. Did I miss going somewhere? Yeah, I didn't go this way. I will say one thing quite intelligent this game got is if you think about the harbor in this game, they're not ideological communists, perhaps. They're just a local community coming together and doing what's practical in the moment to just increase their standards of living. So there's a lesson in that, you know, under the ideologies, you have relationships, you know, communities coming together and just adopting whatever's practical for the immediate goals. There's no actual innate value to the ideology itself. It's just a tool. It can be exchanged with a different tool when needs change.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
Yeah. Maybe that's the grand political realization you're supposed to get out of this game, is all this ideology is literally just, cope, trauma response, science of manipulated psychology. When what really exists is just using ideologies and beliefs and ideas as tools for immediate goals. Well, the immediate's not a necessary word in that point. Tools toward goals. And as long as everyone understands what's going on, then it would be moral. I don't know. Just interesting knowing that the creators of this game are ideological communists. To the best of my knowledge. I mean, they're pretty forward about their endorsement of it. So for them, the question is, are they actually making that point? Or at least are they making it purposely? Because if you fully understand the point, you're not connected to anything. You'd be willing to switch from communism to fascism to even like full-on despotism if it was useful. And if it benefited your community, Yeah. But yeah, those are the questions that need to be asked in politics, is who is my community? And you need to make sure any conclusion you come to is mutual. People forget that. They don't do that step. They assume mutuality and then just end up exploited. Perfect example, U.S.-Israel relations. There's a nice hot take for you.
This is B triple prime on the island, a nest. A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri. There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window. Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation, a tingling feeling in your stomach. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water, the ruins look familiar. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments, Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
I've made enough points this episode. I almost feel like I should just shut up. Mine's only got so much space for memory and thought, and I don't want to be like overriding my previous points by making more of them,
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags, Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10, the doomed commercial area.
I always got to be making my smart takes at the end of a 30 to 40 hour series.
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. You see a small fleck of white on the rooftop, the upstairs window of Clausia's room, in the snow, reflecting light.
Motherfucker! You see in the window or not? Kuno fucking knew it. This is a sniper's nest, right? Fucking assassin action. Kuno barely understands what's happening, but he likes the shit out of it. Where? You see someone here? Fucking invisible shooter. Spooky shit.
He feels uncomfortable suddenly.
Let's get a move on. We're out in the open here.
Ah, what am I supposed to do with that skill point? Most useful skill? I don't know, suggestion. I probably would have suggested putting more thought into it than that. Ho ho. Oh. Creepy ghost ruins. What's the purpose of this? You know, I wonder if that's a hint that that's a useful skill right now. Nah. I'm all out of smart for today. Man, my heart is starting to act up a little bit. That's not good. Need to finish this game.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard. The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
Old hardware from the big power box upstairs. Circuit bender shit. Military grade. Try fucking with that one. It's red.
The dial slides under the glass, dark and silent. Restoring electric power has not breathed life into it. The door comes screeching to a halt. Behind it, you see a hole in the concrete wall, where light shines in.
That door's slow.
A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl. No, it's more than that. There's something there, waiting.
Fucking right. Kuno knows. This place is spooky as fuck. Kuno doesn't know, but Kuno wants to know. Fucking great. Spooky Island shit is gonna shit on us, and we can't even shoot it.
I can throw a beer bottle at it. Welcome to Spooky Island. This thing really likes glitching. I don't know why I haven't been using this. It's kind of dumb. Using all these things. All these things. I feel like my memory has missed a little bit of the game. I thought you had to go sleep in that bed. No? There's a scene that I'm missing? Yeah. What? I'm missing some. I thought the game forces you to sleep. Here.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
Check this shit. Someone's been squatting here. Kuno knows because this shit looks like Kuno's place.
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, without really hearing it.
Hey, Kuno doesn't want to hurt your feelings, but you look like shit.
Yeah,
Maybe you should lie down in the bed, like recover before you die.
Almost missed this.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near healed. The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening. Sleep.
Sleep. Oh, you closed again. It was all a dream. And the fact that you can miss this scene that easily. Good scene. I wonder if there's a consequence. Onto the water.
Dolorous day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way you're already talking. But you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go.
Hey. I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry? Well, I'm in my head too. We're all in our heads. Sometimes, not as often as I used to. So much time has passed. More than it seems here.
This is everything I always warned you about.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions. She sighs and looks over her shoulder.
What are you doing? Stop saying things like that.
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime. Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality. Oh, this is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder, silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway. No, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. Let's not get into. It's okay. No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really?
No closure.
We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us. Our love. Our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
That doesn't seem true.
We both said a lot of things. We were very young. As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters. Please, Harry, I just don't have time for this. Okay, stop. Yes. Are you happy now? Then why are you doing this? Very well. I wrote it. It was morning. You slept. There was hoarfrost on the ground when I left, on Voyager Road. It was autumn. The first autumn. But Harry, please understand, it was 1,000,000 years ago. No, it was 100 million years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest. But I am no longer that person. This has taken her place. It will devour you. Harry, I will eat your mind.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, Her breasts, her hips.
And my crown of immortality? No. You scared her out of me. With your crying, the awful time we wound up having. And the cheap rental flats you could afford. Can't you see? I can never think you're cool again. I can only think that way about new people. The coolest. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants. Smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. And you were. Some of it, at least. You were my first. My first kiss. My first time to have sex. The first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact. But that is all it is. It's like a ticket stub, Harry. It doesn't do anything anymore. Yes, let's talk about that too. Let's bring it up, the zoo. In Le Jardin, the day we went east of the river, to the aquarium first, I was sad about my mother. I don't even know why. The shimmer of the fish tank on my face, the octopuses.
Isn't it octopi?
It was just a day then, but to think. Were we there now, you could touch my hair, kiss me. Talk to me about anything, go virtually anywhere in the world. Not like now. Now our interactions are limited to pain and regret. It's here. We are on Voyager Road. At the end of it, 300 meters from the stop. We used to come here to rent videos. There, you could not pay the electrical bill. It became a lightless tomb. The years you spent training for the militia, my parents' money, it was not good. Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, then you should let me go to the aerodrome. I am actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul and ordinary thoughts. The only thing inhuman about me is this thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far gone, Harry. I don't even... My lungs do not glow, Harry. I am just like all the others. None of us have glowing lungs. Stop making me into some kind of...
Then it's you. You will make her lungs glow. Your pain is not meaningless.
Well, that's very relevant to some things we've discussed this series. And the biggest pains being human is suffering a lost time. In order to avoid that pain, you will try to find meaning in all other pains, so that the time can be given value.
No answer. The arches of her brows quiver as she looks you in the eye and backs away from you. You won't do any of that. You can barely make her cry. A warm gust wraps her gown around her waist and between her thighs.
The real suffering of lost time is time spent without positive relationships, time getting socially rusty. And the vast majority of copes don't even look into that. That's why they don't even address them suffering. Become little addictions.
All the roads will miss her footsteps when she's gone from here.
Opium.
A completely different world.
It will pass. Everything does. It's not, but I don't know why I said but. There is no but. That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again. It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was hard for me too, you know? I used to think I couldn't live without you. But I can.
She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight. But it's clear you're still making her sad. It's not. It's just not possible. It's like eating rocks. You just can't do it.
Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone.
There is a silence. She looks at you, then over her shoulder, then corrects the wreath on the dome of her forehead. As you talk, it feels like chewing on gravel, granite, steel bars.
It's okay. No, Harry, we can't. We already tried again, and it didn't work. Yes, of course. You've got everything under control, and I'm hysterical because I don't want to keep hurting you. I don't know. Please. Harry, we can't be together because you're insane.
She avoids turning them to you. They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
You know what I mean. No, you don't. You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you, questions. This is another list, isn't it? It's not just the lists. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. It's impossible to watch. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for years, and then you start beating things. You get violent. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova.
Dun, dun, dun.
With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth. She is not kissing you back. Her chest rising like a pillow, warm exhalations against the side of your mouth, her tender soul moving through her lungs. Hidden, distant, kept safe from you. Feels like soft fuzz, a bird covered in down feathers, brushing against your broken capillaries. This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me. A delicate wreath on her forehead, pressing into your temple. The silver is cold from the spring evening air. Her hand does not return the grip. Her body is rigid. A current of unease courses through it. Nothing, just pillows against you. Unresponsive, but for the taste of apricots. The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours.
Awkward moment. A very awkward moment.
Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see the expression there. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
Why did you do that to yourself? You know I don't cheat, Harry. I never cheated on you.
She breathes out heavily, as if something painful has passed through her, and shakes her head. It does not. It goes on. Children run in the back alleys. Pigeons take flight. She shakes her head one more time as the evening wind rustles her hair.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant. Of course not. I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
No, this has to end. Do the last one. More questions. Ask more.
That is very contested by modern historians. Very contested. Plus, you're only saying this because things didn't work out between us. I have to go to the aerodrome now. I don't have time to defend myself from these accusations.
Stop making her angry. She won't start loving you again if you call her a mass murderer. Seriously.
I'm not that either. Can't I just be? I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight. Yes. I won't see you, but you will see me. Oh, Harry, this is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago? Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time. So long ago.
You set a precedent that you can always try again. I'm someone who believes you should never do second chances. And that's something that there's no exceptions for in romance.
Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
Once you set that precedent of try again, it's real hard to override that. Those are the 2 things that exist in the world. Try again and try something else.
Oh, there, man. You've been squealing and thrashing around. Crazy. And now you're bleeding too? Again? Yeah, Kuno saw that. A nightmare about bitches. Kuno knows that shit. All the worst dreams are about bitches. You wouldn't believe the shit Kuno sees about C.
It's not good. This sea in his dreams.
Now let's get this shit back on the road, yo. Just make sure you don't die. Kuno's no fucking mortician.
I'm getting so many skill points. The end of the game. What am I supposed to be doing with all these? Is that a 5? No, right. Ugh. Damn it. I don't got it in me to finish this. Some chest pains over here. We'll be back for the real finale. Hopefully I just need a 10-15 minute rest. Be back when I'm back. Try not to have a heart attack.